So in terms of having therapy input in an assessment unit, it's such an acute oncology service. It's something that doesn't happen in every other place, and I think the team has found a way to make such a big difference to the lives of the patients who come in to that acute setting.
Huge credit goes to the nurses and the medical staff that we work alongside, because they've allowed us to be successful on that unit. So, you know, being shortlisted for this award just recognises all the hard work that's gone in. So, yeah, I think we're all super proud of the nomination.
From opening the Tameside and Gossip Macmillan Information and Support Service, there was a clear, identifiable need for mental health and wellbeing support. It was identifying that need and getting the feedback from people affected by cancer and the professionals that were around them supporting them that's led to the creation of this joint working approach to offering a psychological wellbeing service for people affected by cancer.
Working with patients with cancer is a calling. It's part of our makeup. It's what we were meant to do in life. And yes, we get paid for it, but Dave's one of the ones that goes above and beyond.
As a team, we designed a head and neck radiotherapy prehabilitation project. We formed a group of 4 professions, which was speech and language therapy, dietetics, radiotherapy, radiography, and also the head and neck clinical nurse specialist.
It did let us prioritise as well those patients that maybe needed a little bit more input and intervention at an early point. So that was a challenge, but it ended up being quite a helpful part of the process.
We kind of felt ecstatic that we would actually have the opportunity to showcase our prehabilitation project to a wider audience throughout the UK.
We sat down and we have developed a service that has offered hope to patients like Barbara and Richard.
I owe my life to them. I literally say that with absolute sincerity.
I shall be eternally grateful to both of them for the support that they've given me throughout.
Hope is important. There are a handful of specialist centres that deal with advanced cancers, and we are one of them. And hopefully that we can standardise the availability of specialist care across the country.
I am absolutely proud of the work Jenny has done and honoured to have her as part of our team. The patients absolutely love her, and it's really easy to see why with all the effort that she puts in.
It goes to show that the programme that we are following for our patients, which is very new, it's only started last April, is being recognised as being as successful as we feel it's been. It's very humbling. It's very humbling.
We wanted to reach out to patients and let them know that we were here to support them, both clinically and emotionally, for anything really. What we decided to do is reach out to them via a letter, inviting them to contact us or the clinical team for any support.
The biggest team effort that I've ever been involved in, and it all happened so quickly. It was the second week of lockdown that these letters went out. So that's how quick the reaction was to the pandemic.
And we didn't expect it to sort of give us all this rich information on patient experience and patient pathways, which was a real bonus of the work that we did.
We set up an advanced clinical practitioner clinic to try and get patients seen sooner. It's very unique in its role, as usually these patients are originally told their diagnosis by a consultant, but they now come to the ACP clinic. It's very holistic for the patient, as they keep one clinician all the way through their journey, with CNSs supporting.
It's something that we're very passionate about, so even the opportunity to be shortlisted and to be able to explain to people what we do in terms of the ACP role that's being put forward and what we do with the team to support our patients, I think it's quite a good opportunity to be able to put that forward, just so that we can share what we do, and hopefully that inspires other people to do some of the same.
We've worked very hard as professionals over the recent years through difficult times of COVID, but the service has remained priority for the patients. And very often we always go above and beyond with the patient care.
Our nomination was for the Patient Journey app for secondary breast cancer patients, which provides patients with readily accessible information they can trust on a smartphone about their treatment.
Delighted and humbled really that Macmillan recognised the app But also I think with a national charity like Macmillan, it might provide us with the platform to share our work amongst the wider community. As information changes, as there are hot topics, top tips for our patient group, the app will allow us to push notifications to them. So that's another step that we're moving for. So I think what we've hopefully demonstrated is the app is not just a static tool that we would use in clinic, it's going to be constantly evolving.
This role has been one of the best jobs I've had in 20 years of nursing. It's absolutely amazing. We see patients through the whole pathway. We see patients from pre-assessment right through to discharging them back to referring teams with a clear plan of what's going to happen next. And despite a global pandemic, we've still introduced a brand new service that will go on for many, many years in supporting patients through thoracic surgery. You know, for us, if that can then be developed into other services, because we've seen how beneficial it is for our patients, that would be amazing.